Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Can I get a heaven or hell?
Hell.
You don't get that taste on this game that we played. But on the other versions they do like a heaven or hell. Like there's like an announcer that's very like rock and roll.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It's fucking like dee-dee-dee-dee. I had thought about for my intro for this week I should have brought my guitar and just started just fucking shredding just terribly.
Yeah, that's my guitar sound.
Yeah, we played Guilty Gear Dust Strike. You got me fucked up. I had it right the whole 2 weeks.
Nice.
And then now I messed
The
it
Dusty
up.
Strikers.
The Dust Strikers. Not
Dust Strikers.
just
Yeah,
Dust Strikers.
Just Dust Strikers.
It's just DS is what it is. It's just an
right,
excuse to
DS.
use the word DS.
Yeah, that's
Because there's nothing significantly Dust Striker about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you play the story at all?
I didn't really play this game at all.
I can't say I played it a lot either.
I did not. I hated this game.
I
fucking hated it.
Before we even started playing, did I send you the link? I don't think I sent you the link to the X-Play review of this.
Oh, no.
And it was like a very low to mediocre review. And they said it perfectly where it couldn't choose if it wanted to be like a tactical one-on-one fighter like it normally is, or if it wanted to be an arena fighter. And because it didn't choose either way to go and just kind of stuck somewhere terribly in the middle, it ended up being a really bad game.
I mean, that...
Do you get what I'm saying?
I feel like that summarizes my experience.
Because in the other Guilty Gear games, you have a one-on-one fighting game where it's about memorizing combos and doing combos, and it's just...
It's like Street Fighter,
it's a fighting
right?
game. Yeah, I mean, it's its own thing. I mean, it's different from Street Fighter, I think, because it feels a little bit more approachable.
But it's the same, like, as far as, like, a bare bones game goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got something like Smash Bros, where it's like in an arena, there's at least 4 people, and it's pretty chaotic.
Yeah, and like massively more simple controls.
Yes.
And it's all the same. It's just a different flavor for each character.
So then this one gives you 4 people in an arena type deal that's all vertically based. That was a huge downfall in its own there, because you've got like at least 3 different levels to be at. And then also I saw a comment that said something about manual turning. And
what the fuck is manual turning?
Like having to turn left and right, but like it's so clunky turning left and right that it just feels so manual. I mean, obviously in most games you have to manually turn left or right.
Sure.
But it's so fluid. It just goes. You just feel it. But in this one, like you have to like be like not moving and hit left or right to change which way you're facing.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, dude, it felt like tank controls. If like the AI, so quick. They're fucking flying around, and I'm like, what?
Well, that also does depend on what character you play as, I did realize, because I played it not through it, but I played it as a couple different people.
Yeah, I tried out a couple. And it was like definitely different, and like there are combos there, and the moves look cool, and the stylization's fun, the music's pretty banging.
Did you ever see or encounter Zappa?
Maybe.
He was this like weirdly bent over dude because he's dead and being like possessed by something.
Oh, okay.
And he moves super fast, but almost to the point that you can't control him.
That sounds fair. Jesus.
Yeah.
I really wanted to like this game because I've really only ever seen the art of Guilty Gear, and it looks cool as fuck.
It is so sick.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fighter game, especially like the.
You're not a huge fighter game?
I'm not.
No, you're not a huge fighter game fan.
Well, I'm not that either, like, but that's not what I said.
You're just not a fighter game.
I'm just declaring that for everyone that might have been wondering.
Game.
Well, I didn't think you were.
I am not Street Fighter 2.
Correct. And neither am I, for the record.
Right.
Yes,
no, that's
But I just wanted to generalize it so I didn't have to...
Since you did, I needed to declare as well. I am also
that's fair.
Not a fighting game.
That's right. So there's no reason to come after us because We're both human people.
Yeah, we're just human beings. We're not fighter games.
Right. So now that we've established that.
I just feel like you said the exact same thing either in the last podcast. There's another episode where we have talked about fighting games, and you have said verbatim, I am not a fighting game.
That's probably true. I just want to make sure that I'm clear.
That sentence when you say it.
Well, no. So the finished sentence is what I've presented. Like it is. I've said what I've said, and I mean what I've said. Like I just want to be adamantly clear that I am not a fighting game. I don't want to be misconstrued here.
I think just the fact that you have a podcast is a sign that you are not a fighting game.
How would you know that?
Because fighting games don't talk.
That sounds exactly like something a fighting game would say.
Are you convinced that I am a fighting game?
It never even crossed my mind, but I mean, now I'm starting to consider it.
Well, I guarantee I am not. I'm not even near cool enough to be a fighting game.
Again, you're deflecting. I just made a very declarative statement. No room for misunderstanding, and you're beating around the bush.
I have already said, and will say again, that I am not near cool enough.
Again, that is not a direct statement. That's a deflection from making the statement to suggest that you're not a fighting game.
I said it earlier.
Yeah. I don't know. I say what I mean, and you're just coming out and you're dodging it. I don't understand.
I may have at one point considered myself a fighting game.
There's no shame in that, and I don't know why you couldn't have just said that from the get-go.
It's an outrageous thing to say.
Is it?
Yeah, that you are a fighting game.
It's 2023, dude. Nobody cares. Okay? I don't know why we had to go through all of that for nothing. It was just, I mean, good for you, but like...
Well, no, you don't get to choose to be a fighting game.
I never said you did.
You know, you either are or you aren't.
This is just a place of
feel like
wholesome acceptance.
You now feel like the deflecting one. You feel like you've just been sticking up the lady doth protest too much. You know, that line.
I doth pretend. I doth protest nonce. Okay. No, I just think that you should know that this is a massively welcoming space, particularly for you of all people.
If you're a fighting game, I don't want you to listen to this because you don't even have ears.
Dude, we're gonna get demonetized now.
Well, if you don't have ears, shouldn't be listening.
Bro, you can't say that shit.
Why is 2023? You're supposed to be allowed to say what you want, especially about
You can say whatever you
want. Non-eared,
but we have to accommodate disabilities.
It's an inanimate object.
Object. How would we even make this available for non-hearing
podcast? It's actually
I almost said text to speech.
I do actually have
or speech to text.
I think the first 8 episodes are transcribed.
But my god, I just confused being blind and being deaf.
If you're blind, you would probably.
I was like, how the fuck are they gonna hear it, dude?
Listen to it just like anyone else. If you're blind.
Oh my god.
Except for the one episode that we did video on.
I mean, but I feel like I enunciated pretty well with my lips. I feel like
we did that episode perfectly well.
I don't think we have subtitles.
Some of them do.
I mean, maybe there's a YouTube.
Oh, like the CC. The YouTube doesn't have subtitles. That's fair.
There might be CC, right? Isn't that just a feature of YouTube? It'll make an attempt.
I bet. I don't think so. I would assume that's an
I don't
AI.
put a lot of videos out on YouTube, so.
Well, I guess I have a couple, so I could check.
I just put clips and I unlist them. Because I'm not that good.
They're just for me.
It's just for me and a couple of the homies in Discord.
Hello, Jack the cat. How do you do tonight?
Just looking for ways to cause mayhem.
That's all right. That's what this game was all about. Chaos, man.
Chaos.
It has the coolest, funnest, just story, long ass lore to it.
Yeah, and I was really hoping to get a taste of it and experience that through playing this game.
It seems that in none of the games do you actually experience the lore.
Yeah, so spoiler, you sent me, not spoiler at all, but you had sent me this, what was it, a PCP Productions?
PCP something, yeah. It's a podcast. They're Procrastinators podcast or Procrastination something podcast.
Yeah, whatever the C is. Who gives a shit? I mean, they're cool guys. I don't know. They make dope videos. But it's a balls deep dive into the Guilty Gear storyline and universe. And it is dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy.
God damn. Like, honest to God, almost like, to me, not really being familiar with either in great detail, but I got not God of War, Jesus Christ, I just lost it. Lordy, Warhammer 40K. I got Warhammer vibes.
I don't know anything about Warhammer.
Cool. Well, I'm the wrong guy to set the tones. I think Gothic future, cult religion, evil mercenaries, armor mechs, powers,
right?
Crazy
shit. I know
shit.
About the armor mech. I know the look of it.
Yeah, but it's just like in terms of like the lore and how fucking deep it goes and how specific. Like, I felt like Guilty Gear had room for that potentially. Not, like, literally not knowing shit, I was like, oh, this might be huge. And it seems involved as fuck.
Yeah.
What the guy's background for what I thought was like the first 8 games worth of plot ended up being like the backstory to game 1.
Yeah.
It was like an hour and a half of
him
or whatever going
insane.
through, and I was like, oh, I thought we were ripping through these games, and okay, wow, I was like, well, that's a lot of story for a fighting game to pack together. And
yeah, and I don't know about you, but like multiple times I had to back up and be like, wait a second, I must have missed something somewhere along the lines, and then like there's nothing that I can find, and you just let it play like 5 more minutes in, and I have other people asking questions of like, wait, where does this fit in? And he's like, it doesn't. Yeah. It's just kind of crazy. Like, I injured my back and am on muscle relaxers right now, and I feel a little wonky, and couldn't feel more in the right mindset to talk about the weirdness of Guilty Gear, because this guy, the creator, just seems like rock and roll, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I mean, he must just be on some fucking ketamine, or what's that shit called when people shit in a jar?
What?
And then they huff it later on.
Huffing shit?
Jankem or something like that.
There's a word for, of course there is.
Mm-hmm.
I should know that. But
yeah, I guess if you shit in a jar and then you like can it, like you seal it, the fumes that build up in it over time, like the fermentation or whatever of it, ends up giving you a crazy high when you huff
it. So you just have to huff down a fucking an aged hot box of
jar.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered.
Bro, it's 2023, man, and there's a lot of places now in a lot of different parts of the world that you can go and live in and get away with quite a bit of stuff, medicinally or legally, and it's not huffing a sealed, aged jar of fucking turd juice air. What the fuck,
Who knows, man? Maybe it's a fucking great high. Maybe it's
Who gives a shit?
Well,
I mean,
yep.
Also sounds like a monetization opportunity. Like
we can make money on this.
I have access to a lot of jars if need
yeah,
be.
Exactly. That's what I think it largely is it's for like poor ass people or something like that.
I think we're just one decent website away from maybe making some good dough on that.
I wonder the legality of selling your own shit.
Bro, We could use ChatGPT to write up some legal disclaimer that we just slap on the website. Boom, good to go. A little checkbox and a link that nobody's gonna click on to accept a fucking 40-page TNC, baby. Yeah. Let's go, dude. We're making money. We don't even have to offer defense.
But why would anyone buy yours when they could just shit in a jar themselves?
We just slap some kind of fucking guarantee on the label. I don't know, dude. You can get away with anything with marketing.
That is true.
Make a TikTok account
of you just being fucked up, huffing your own shit.
No, it'll just be me. Oh, dude, I've already got this down. All right, so I'm gonna walk you through the primary TikTok ad. Okay. Close-up shot in a dimly lit room with draping shadows. Close-up of the carpet. Okay. Background can be whatever. It could be a living room, kitchen. Doesn't really matter, right? You're just kind of like close up to the carpet, panning back shot, okay? And then you got a white wall with text on it at the top and a little rectangle with the rounded corners, right? Make that shit look primo. Doesn't even fucking matter what it says. Something introductory. Doesn't have anything to do with anything necessarily. And then there's just a jar. Maybe even a mason jar, perhaps, okay? And it's just sitting on the carpet, okay? And then it's just, you don't see me. I just like step into frame and you just see my legs. Just the sides of my leg just coming up, right? And that's it. That's it.
No beginning to squat. How about you like start the squat?
I mean, it would have to be like a 2-frame cut.
Yeah, I mean, literally just like your knees
just enough
start to bend. Just start to like.
Yeah, and then we could do the Call of Duty edits to it and just like fucking fry the absolute shit out of them and memify them and all that.
Oh, can we also use that like background music that's like really like saving something like really like uplifting, saving the day kind of? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a very reused song. And there's multiple different ones of it, I'm sure. But there's like the like monetization free sound clips.
Yeah, whatever.
Used over and over. Something like that.
Free domain or public domain.
Public domain.
Is that the one? That sounds right. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. We're in money.
What are we gonna call the site?
Oh,
hold on. Business.
Hold on. Dusty Strikers.
Oh yeah, that's so great. And then
bro, I bet we could get the ds.com domain easy.
Oh, easy. And then you gotta have some kind of like underneath there'd be some kind of. We gotta think of some like old person's like, make it like someone's old person shit. Like, and that's why it's better.
What?
Like, so we're gonna be getting shit. So we're gonna use our own shit here.
Right.
We're gonna use shit from the retirement homes.
Free shit.
Free shit from the retirement homes. Yeah, shit's always free.
Shit's always no, not necessarily because there are shit companies and they literally deal in shit. Human shit, in fact, for sure. Where do you think the shit infrastructure comes from?
I think that's.
You think that shit just into existence? No, somebody made that shit for shit. Okay, dude. Shitception, I know, but like.
All right, but
who you pay utilities, right?
We don't even have to.
They're wearing the shit crowns.
We don't even have to. All right, so we could use our own shit and just say that we're like we got to come up with some natural kind of slogan though, something very like down home kind of thing. That's what I was thinking of, like
shit like your
Uncle
mama
Eddie's,
used to make.
Uncle Eddie's Fresh Reserve, like something like that.
Oh God.
Uncle Eddie's
Dusty Road Special. Our like motto, slogan, whatever could just be like, that shit stank.
That shit stanky. No, you can't.
We got that stank dank.
Oh, we got the stank dank in the bank.
Ooh. We make that bank on stank dank.
No, you can't tell me you're making bank off of them. That's not right.
It's implied.
I mean, obviously,
capitalist economy, bro.
So then you're just inferring.
Shit ain't free, man.
Implied.
Does sound like a lot of work.
Have a
though.
shitty day.
Have a shitty day. This shit will fuck you up. 5 stars.
10 out of 10. Would sniff again.
Dude, what celebrities would we get for, like, you know, testimonials and shit?
Oh, I was thinking of what celebrity shit could we get? Cut him in on it.
Dude, that's a whole new business.
Yeah, dude. Get Johnny Depp shit.
No,
you know
dude,
that gets you
okay.
higher. You know
Real
Johnny
talk, though?
Depp shit gets you higher than a normal person shit.
For sure. But real talk, business strategy wise, there's no way that we can get a celebrity out the gate. And we'd have to find somebody on the slums.
not right away.
So we got to build the brand first,
Yeah,
for sure.
Sure. Yeah, we're talking down the line.
And, like, yeah, I think we make a big boom. We get our niche market, but then we, you know, once
It'd
we
be
get
more
a little
like a big
backing, we could sponsor soundboards.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Make do like a Discord collab, and then like
just start recording
just
your
like
farts and your shits all the time.
Yeah,
just
sponsor
using
dump those into
sounds.
people's soundboards.
Oh yeah, brought to you by Dusty Strikers.
Get that DS.
DS.gov.
Oh, dude, we could be dsbs.gov.
Oh yeah, DSBM.
Ooh, yeah, that's got a flair of like professionalism to it. you
Yeah,
know?
it sounds legit, but then it's just Dusty
DSBM.
Strikers bowel movements.
Yeah, I don't fucking like that, bro.
No.
That sounds. Ugh.
If we could be a .gov, it'd be even better. DSBM.gov.
.edu.
.edu.
We'd have to register as like a university or some shit. I don't fucking
Or
know.
educational. We're teaching people about shit.
Yeah, dude, I bet there's some weird certification or something that we could get for some bullshit reason.
Isn't that what like a proctologist or something like that?
A proctologist?
Isn't that a butt doctor?
Proctologist?
Proctologist.
I think proctologist.
That's close.
Proctology.
That was
I
really
think so.
close.
Dude, I saw this video. No idea if it's
If
fucking
any fans
true.
are proctologists, let us know in the comments below.
Dude, that would be honestly sick as fuck.
Dude, let's bring you on the podcast. We'll play an episode of like
dude, we'll have just a shit episode.
yeah, and we'll do an episode of like I don't know, either a shitty game or we could play a doctor game.
Dude, if we have another episode other than this one where we say shit more times than today, nice.
Oh, wow, that's a good goal to set. You know, it's good to set achievable goals, but also goals that are worth achieving.
Yeah.
And that seems so worth it.
Dude, I'm so into it, dude. Fuck the podcast, dude. Let's make the website. By the way, none of you guys can steal this shit. This is our ideas.
TM.
We're gonna have to make some applications before we fucking
Copyright.
get the shit edited and released.
This episode's going to be really delayed.
I'm gonna reserve the domains.
Oh, yeah. Go to ds.com now to place your order of your first Jankem supply.
Yeah.
Buy one now and get 1 jar of each of our shits. Let us know which flavor you like best. And we might use your review on the podcast next time.
Bro, we're gonna crossbreed right away.
Yeah.
Damn, all right.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
I mean, what a greater time to play your DS than when you're taking a shit. I actually look forward to the next time that I have to get a colonoscopy, so that way I can just sit on the toilet for like 4 hours straight and just play my DS.
Hold on. Slight technical question here.
Yo.
How much shit do you need for like a jar's worth of high from poop air?
Bigger question.
Because
I
I'm
guess
just
this
thinking
depends on
through
the
the
size of the
logistics
jar. We're just
of
thinking about what size jar are we talking here?
I mean, to me, like just, you know, off the cuff, I made this assumption that, I don't know, like a 12-ounce mason jar would provide an adequate quantity for an individual single dose, perhaps?
I just wonder how much shit you shit when you shit, because I feel like I could easily fill up, you know, a smaller mason jar, like a mason jar that you see someone
Like
like
full?
drink out of. You know, like a
Those got to be like
moonshine
a
mason
16
jar.
or plus.
Maybe not
ounce.
fill it up. I mean, some days on a bad day, maybe.
Sure.
But
But that's what, 3, 4, maybe 5 individual quantities worth.
Yeah.
So call it maybe let's say like a between 8 and 10 per day production. Call it even 12, 13, 14.
I'm gonna have to up my bean intake.
We're gonna have to.
See, this is what part we didn't think about.
We're gonna have to hire some people. Wait, no. I already forgot. The nursing home.
Yes. See, that's where it comes back into play.
That's right. We're gonna need a lot of nursing homes, dude. If we could dip our pinky toes into the fucking porta potty business.
Oh,
my dude.
No, because that's gonna be ruined. But that shit, that blue stuff probably stops it from fermenting.
Well, I mean, we could dry it out.
No, I'm
we
sure
get some dehumidifiers on those babies.
There's a reason they have those. You know.
What's the blue shit do? What's it for?
It probably stops it from, because I think it's fermentation is where you get the high from the shit, so it probably stops it from fermenting.
What? Why would they do that?
So that way people aren't huffing their shit when they go in to take a shit at a hot music festival or something.
Oh,
and then
man, dude.
All fucked up.
The man really do be keeping us down like that. That does not surprise me.
What if you could put balloons on cows' buttholes? And then when they fart, you just collect the methane gas and huff that.
Yeah, I mean, what's better though, human shit or cow shit for getting?
Well, you know,
high?
I know I'd rather smell cow shit than human shit.
They do have a very consistent diet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, dude, could you imagine like if you had like a dairy farm, but like humans per capita?
Oh God!
Oh, bro! Oh, yeah. Everybody just had their meal. It's just fucking Taco
Collecting
Bell
time now.
Oh my fuck, dude!
Put the jars up to their butts.
Yeah. No. But for real, like we'd have to do some clinical trials, like to figure out like what's the product, like because we gotta don't forget we gotta stand above.
And also what do you consume to create the highest quality huffing shit? You know,
Fuck, I hadn't planned on having to do research here, dude. I
told you it's more than just shitting in a jar.
Fuck, man. No, it isn't. No, because this is still easy and this is still very doable. I think right now we're looking at a fucking tomorrow problem of scalability. I think that tomorrow we could come up with the solutions to scale up, but I think we can start with a small local distribution plan, right? Because we're gonna have to mom and pops this shit out the garage, hypothetically.
Here is a thing that happens when you jar this shit and let it ferment. Is it becomes highly explosive.
Fuck, dude. What?
So
I think you need permits for that.
What will happen is like someone in like an apartment will be just like hoarding a bunch of these jars and just like letting them ferment, and then they'll
like hobbyists, shit huffer enthusiasts, or just like.
Do you call a heroin addict an enthusiast?
Are heroin addicts shitting in jars and then keeping them?
Well, no, but I mean they are. I think it's more of an addiction to this drug, or addiction to like being able to get high.
Like heroin addicts are
enthusiasts.
Is there a statistic out there?
No. I'm saying you called them enthusiasts. Like they're not enthusiasts. They're addicts. Is
like shit huffing addicts.
Yes.
Shit. Oh
yes,
yeah. Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It's not that you're an enthusiast for this hobby of yours. You're not.
I mean, I could see somebody who's like, man, I'm really into DMT, and I'm always trying to find like another way to like touch the other side. You know, I could see somebody who's like fucking really trying to have a conversation with some of those fucking other realm dwarves being like, I mean, I would try huffing a jar of shit.
So now it has it has turned around now from, I don't know how long we've been talking about the shit, but at the beginning you said you would not try it.
No, I was merely playing a bit there. Yeah.
Oh, you're still in the character.
Yeah, no, that was me merely personifying another person.
That would.
It's much easier than actually paying somebody to come onto the show and Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
I bet it'd
that.
be pretty easy to pay a person that has shit to come on the show. It's probably the cheapest guest you can get.
I would want a quality guest though.
Um,
You get what you pay for.
I think you also aren't gonna get a quality shit sniffer.
I want like a George Clooney.
You're not gonna get George Clooney that sniffs your shit
You don't think,
or their shit.
or
Yeah,
anyone's? You're telling me George Clooney doesn't like try to like touch the other side?
He might try to touch the other side in other ways.
No, I mean, I just think it's rude of us to presume, right? After, you know what I mean?
Are you apologizing now for shit sniffers?
Absolutely.
Are you a
not.
shit sniffer apologist?
No, not at all.
That's what I thought.
I'm nothing.
Me neither. I am just nothing
Yeah.
shooting through a vast space of nothingness.
Series of tubes.
And a lot of somethings in the way. A lot of somethings.
Fucking relatable, dude.
The music in this game was fucking sick.
Dude, that opening sequence, like just the title, like intro, sick as fuck, dude. You get that fucking rock and roll, just fucking.
Oh, then some of the minigame music. So I know this because I listened to the OST while I was shampooing my carpet after our basement slightly flooded.
Oh yeah.
So I was listening to the OST while I was doing that, and some of the minigame music is also very fun. And then it gets back into the actual game music, and some just fucking sick riffs after sick riffs.
Oh, it's good shit. Like honestly, I think a lot of the Guilty Gear music is fire. Like,
So
again, I want to play some fucking Guilty Gear, just not this one.
the creator of Guilty Gear has a band, and they do the soundtrack for like the Korean Guilty Gear or something
What
like
the
that.
fuck?
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Is it
awesome.
good?
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking sick, dude. That sounds awesome. I want to play that game.
yeah. I played the one on GBA.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun, pretty cool. Sounds sick. Doesn't sound nearly as good as the DS. The DS one sounds,
The DS
as far
one
as
is
handheld
really good.
goes, it sounds so good.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Yeah. Definitely bummed. Not much of a fighting game fan. Or a fighting game. But I like good games.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I could get behind maybe a deep hidden lore and get lost in the immersion of the characters and, you know, find one I like and focus on learning their moves and you know, I can figure it out, and then, you know, that'll help me propel through the story, and that, you know, maybe that'll keep me. Nope. It's immediately like round one. It's like no story. Choose your character, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. I thought, okay, pick a random character. Cool. You're in a fucking free for all like 4-man fight.
Did you
And
play
there's-
through the story mode at all?
I couldn't beat the first. No.
Because when you get into the first fight in the story mode, there is like a conversation that goes on before the fight,
it's like
and it makes
a couple lines.
little to no sense.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I have no idea what's going on.
It's just kind of like, I'm a cook, and like, what's a dumb pirate doing trying to tell me how to do this and that? And like they just kind of describe like a little bit of what each person is
yeah.
while having this kind of a conversation that makes no sense. It's pretty flawed. It's very hard to follow. There is no story. I was ready to sink my teeth into a fighting game, like you're saying. I was ready to like pick a character, fucking play through it, fucking memorize the shit, memorize other people's shit so I know how to counter it, fucking get good at a fighting game. Just really, they are fun. When you're in the mood for a fighting game, it is so fun to really just sink your time into it.
It is fun. It's a skill-based game, and
Yeah.
you know, you just gotta put your time in and figure it out, get a feel for the mechanics and the timing. And I just there was too much going on too quickly.
And you shouldn't have combo-based combat when you have 4 people.
Oh my! There's like there's 6 levels, I think, of verticality.
Yeah, maybe a little bit
What?
less than that. Maybe it's like
You could
4.
just keep jumping all the way, and so like it's totally possible to split it up into like a 2 1v1s, you know, or
Yeah.
something like that. But even still, it's just so cluttered. And I was expecting like a 1v1, like timing based mechanics, I did not get that sense from this at all.
Not one bit. Well, you do, but then there's 3 other people fighting around you, and so it becomes impossible. And also because of the verticality, when you start to kick someone's ass, when it was like a 1v1, because every now and again you do get a 1v1.
Sure.
They just jump up, to go down, jump, go down, go down.
Yeah.
So you just can't, and you can't time it to land these fucking hits on them.
No.
It was such a frustratingly bad game.
And you talked about the movement earlier, and like the AI is flawlessly inputting jumps and turns and like it literally felt like tank controls, and I'm like trying to keep up, and I'm like, you just fucking can't. Like I can't jump, and it was so clunky for the movement.
Yeah,
I was super annoyed.
And when you were jumping, you would like come up facing the wrong way, and then they'd fucking lay a few hits on you.
Yeah.
And you try to turn around, and whoop, they jump down. So you jump down, and then you jump down and down. And like you said, you're so clunky, and they are just so smooth. It was not a good game. And that was why I did play the GBA one instead.
Yeah, that would have. I don't know.
But I also barely played that. I really just listened to that 3-hour presentation on the lore of Guilty Gear.
Yeah, dude, that lore video was sick as fuck. Like,
so
hearing about it. Actually, I do want to make I don't want to say correction, because I think where I was going with my initial idea wasn't off, but I think I have a better option in my comparison. I feel like this is a lot more like Evangelion.
Yeah, totally.
Way more. I think
Absolutely.
That's a much more direct comparison.
Where you've got the like what seems like a basic bones, it is just this thing up front. It's just like where this is like an anime of mechs. This is like a fighting game that has like an anime like storyline, and the storyline is hidden deep. You have to do research.
It's in there, but it's deep. And like the initial presentation doesn't appear to be giving you much. So you kind of have to do a little bit of work to really extrapolate it. But once you get in there, it's quite verbose. It's a bit sinister. It's like, oh shit, at times,
There's surprise twist, like in the story of like these characters are actually this person from.
Yeah.
And that's why they have that 45 minutes of talking about the backstory before the first game, because in the first game they do a reveal of like, oh, this guy is actually this guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like Soul Bad Guy.
Yeah, Soul Bad Guy.
Is
Frederick.
One of the guys.
Something or other.
Is Frederick, and then that man I think it's the other guy that they used to work with, and then the chick who I don't think is in this game. I don't know if she's in any of the. I don't know. But a chick that they work with also gets turned into like a gear. Like they all kind of get turned into gears or like somehow related to it. Justice, yeah. And like huge fun, like hearing him talk about it. Sorry, spoilers on that, whatever. But he like when you hear it, you're like, oh, that is a cool twist. But even when the guys in the video says, so, but if you just played the first game and you didn't know to do all this like research, the big reveal it means nothing to you.
Yeah.
Because the game doesn't tell you about any of the past stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that got retconned later on in the games, I'm assuming.
Probably. I don't know.
But it seemed like the creator of this game has had this image, this idea going for a long time. Like he's like, I think they had said from like the beginning to a certain game, it's like 12 years time.
Jesus.
Of this is he's had this story, this plot. He said in like an interview, he had this plot line planned out to this point since the beginning.
Jesus, man, dude, if they made an anime, I would watch
There are some, I think.
Well, but I mean like like a whole thing.
Oh yeah, from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, then that video that we're talking about, they're only really following Soul and that man. That is his name. We're not forgetting his name. His name is That Man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, That Man.
And it's only following like those two guys' story. While everyone else has also got stories going on in this universe. It is very cool. I agree. An anime would be sick. It'd be long. It'd be having a lot.
Yeah, I'd be here for it. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. I like a good story that hops between different characters and like what's going on in their story. And you just like keep thinking they're gonna converge, maybe or maybe.
Maybe,
not.
yeah. You think you know how it's gonna happen, and then it flips anyway, and you're like,
Yeah.
what? Oh my
Oh,
god, I'm so
wow.
surprised. Yeah, I've been watching through One Piece pretty heavily lately,
Yeah.
trying to catch up. Fuck.
Are you gonna watch the Netflix?
I think I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
Man, it's weird. It just because to me always felt like an off limits one because it's so like the art style is so unique, and it'd be such a hard thing to carry over into a realism factor.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
understand that
it
completely.
works as an art style in an animation, but
It's like
it
Green
just-
Lantern. It's the same thing. Where Green Lantern's like so hard to.
you
the
need really
technology
good
isn't
effects
there.
for that.
Yeah, it's just not
And-
there right now.
But even then, like the characters and stuff, like you can like it's all very visceral for the most part. But like a lot of the characters in One Piece are really like just have really rounded features or these very
strange.
man. It's really hard to describe.
They're
but
like
I'm
human,
always thinking
but
of like the
non-human.
fishmen, and they're so wild and weird. And it's also really goofy at a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty close to the story. Like,
Cool.
yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of it.
I've
I'm
only
here for
watched
it.
like 1 or 2 episodes of One Piece, and that was because Ren was into it. Rather, it was good. He was like he would fall asleep to it.
Hell
one
yeah.
week or something. So it was like that's all that we watched it was to fall asleep. So
Fuck
I
yeah.
have very little knowledge on One Piece.
Oh, dude, there's so much that happens. Man, talking about anime. There is, I think I've mentioned it before, but there is an anime fighting game that I like quite a bit. And it's Naruto Clash of Ninja.
Yeah,
Clash of Ninja 2. I fucking love those games. I was hoping for something similar with this Guilty Gear title, but
Yeah, it's really not similar to anything. Like I think the closest thing you can compare it to is, I know there's other fighting games that are kind of in the vein of Super Mario Bros. On the DS because they didn't have a Super Mario Bros. Not Super Mario Bros. Super Smash Bros.
yeah. No, I was gonna say it's very much reminiscent of like a true 3D arena fighter, but they're like we're gonna do it on 2D
With
and
combos.
with combos, and it's gonna be clunky. And if they simplified like the inputs and made it a little crispy with the movement,
Yeah.
and maybe slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. It could definitely.
If
slow
you're
down.
really fast and like horizontally, not a lot of real estate.
No, there is
And
not.
so like the fact that you can run back and forth so quickly and your jumps are pretty high, it's just a weird.
Yeah, I many times accidentally ended up like jumping up to the panel above me.
Yeah, and the screen break, it's hard because you get like three platforms or 3 levels
Yep.
per screen. That break makes it a little weird because it's a clean cut. Like the image is fine, but the gap between the screens is slightly significant
It
for
is.
something that you really need to not have such a huge break in. And just I don't know. It just felt it just added to the difficulty that was playing it. So that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult.
I didn't
for
put
the
much
right
time
reason.
into it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I did try out a few of the characters though. I think May is my favorite. I don't know, something about the disproportionately large anchor that she
Yeah, that is really fun.
swinging around.
I liked. I don't remember her name, but she's the witch with the guitar.
Yeah,
She's fucking fun to play as.
I did not play as her, but she looked cool.
And then I played as Soul Bad Guy. Soul
Yeah.
Bad Guy is pretty fun to play as too. He's badass. Got a cool sword.
He does have a cool sword. Yeah, that's fair.
There's like a disappointment for this game for me was the visuals too.
They were really muddled and not very clean, and it.
For this art style, for like the rest of the games in the series, it felt so, like you said, muddled, dirty, not clean, fuzzy.
Yeah, real fuzzy. It felt like I felt like they took man, I don't. Yeah, that's hard to explain. All of the character models were really fucking tall, though.
Yes.
Like stretched out tall.
Yeah. It felt like
a
similar
ratio
on
issue
the
on
GBA
the
one too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it felt almost like they took the sprites from the GBA one and just like transferred them into the DS.
It's probably a good possibility, I would imagine.
And you know, I looked at what game was it? It was for the Wonder Swan.
Sorry, what?
Not the Wonder Swan. The
Is it Wonder Swan?
is it the Wonder Swan? It's an old handheld.
Oh shit. Okay.
Maybe it was the Neo Geo Pocket. It was either the Wonder Swan or the Neo Geo Pocket. And
Was Wonder Swan? Was that Nintendo?
no, it's like
okay.
its own thing.
No. Okay.
I don't remember who it was. I want to say Tycho, but I could be wrong there.
Huh.
So they had two of them on this, and it was like from like 99 or 2000.
Yeah.
And they're a bit more like chunky chibi kind of style characters, but I
Okay.
like it way more. Like, and that's the thing, is that seeing these older handhelds look like the graphics on that look way better than the ones, like the characters are better looking, look more along the style of the series than they do on this DS one.
Yeah.
And that's like a big selling point to me, is the way that they look, the character design.
And it sucked too, because the art of Guilty Gear is one of the things that initially made me really excited about this game.
Me too.
Because I've always looked at Guilty Gear and thought, oh, man, I wish I liked fighting games because that looks really cool. Here we are about to play one. I'm like, okay, well, here we go. That sounds awesome. And the intro, as we said before, is so fucking sick. The animation's cool. The colors are really vibrant. The characters look sick as fuck. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's the biggest letdown when you go.
The
from that
menu
into
even
the
looks
game.
kind of cool.
Yep.
Like, it's all crispy and looks nice. And
The
then you
character
get
selects,
into the
they look
game and
good.
you're like, what? I'm bummed.
I am too.
Yeah.
I was really let down.
Yeah, fucking dickheads.
But what I am glad about this is that it caused me to listen to the lore on Guilty Gear.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not deterred even slightly from being interested in the Guilty Gear series.
I want to check out that new-ish game, Strive. Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
Guilty Gear Strive. I would like to check that one out.
I do want to play something Guilty Gear.
Yeah, it's got an itch going on now that I got to scratch.
Yeah,
For sure.
at some point. At some point, I'll get around to it.
Yeah.
Do
Put
they
that
have a
in
Switch
the back
title?
list. What?
Did we figure out if they have a Switch title?
They have the two remakes. Like they ported the classic, like the original and the second one,
Oh, okay.
to the Switch. Yeah. That's what we should do.
I'll
That
have to
would
look at
fix
that,
that
yeah.
fix.
That would be pretty cool, actually. I'd be into that. Yeah, that'd be pretty tight. I'd be into that.
So that was our shared experience with
Yeah,
Dusty Strikers.
Yeah, it was okay.
It
I
was-
want to play a different Guilty Gear game.
Yeah. Thanks for the knowledge. Would rather take it from a different class.
Yeah, no, that's a good way of putting that, actually. Yeah. Well,
Now I think we're on to bigger and better things, though.
yeah, let's play something different.
Well, we've randomized once again before starting recording. And this time we landed on Metroid Prime Hunters. I know Ed's a
Fuck
big
yes.
Metroid Prime fan.
I love Metroid Prime.
I have played maybe this game a little bit back in the day, and that's probably the only Prime experience that I have.
No
I've
shit.
played like Super Metroid and Metroid, Metroid Mission Zero. The
Okay.
2D ones I've played. Metroid Prime I'm not familiar with.
So see, that's funny because I haven't played much 2D Metroid.
Right.
Always wanted to, just never have. But I played the shit out of Metroid Prime, and I have played. I'm trying to remember if I beat Echoes, Metroid Prime Echoes,
Is
or
that
was
on
it
the
Metroid Prime 2 Echoes?
Wii?
The Wii was Metroid Prime. Fuck.
So is Echoes
wasn't
the
Metroid
one where
Prime
you had to like
Fuck.
stay in the certain spots? Is that what I'm talking about? Where like there's like spots where you couldn't be out in for too long, or you like take damage. I remember that being like a whole spiel.
I feel like there was in which one? In Echoes or in Metroid Prime? Oh, Corruption.
Echoes.
Sorry, Metroid Prime Corruption was the Wii title.
Echoes, I thought.
Echoes, yeah. So there was the Echoes made me think of Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, and how you have that like spirit realm, and like so it kind of felt like that, where there were areas that were. Oh god, I'm trying to remember what it was.
Is it like a shadow?
Yeah, there was some like weird organic, fucking bio alien fluid thing that was sentient or whatever, and it would like burn you or cause damage, and like you would have to go to like the Echo Realm or whatever the fuck it was, or and you would. I think it was to like clear an area or something, or maybe I don't remember, but I do remember that part of the game being an absolute bitch, and I hated it because there were like little safe bubbles everywhere.
Yep, the safe bubbles are I was like, yep, that's a game I'm never gonna get into.
it was definitely that game's water level, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wow,
yeah, that fuck, that shit sucked. But no, I love Metroid. I love the lore. Holy fuck. Lore is so cool.
Well, and that's a lore that you can just straight play through.
Yeah, there's stuff to read and things to find.
It gives it to you pretty.
Oh yeah, dude. And I always loved the art style. Like the ships were cool. Samus was cool. Her suits were cool. The enemies were cool. And like to me, the Prime series gave me a lot of. Oh Jesus! Like, thought I heard something.
I did too.
Gave me a lot of Legend of Zelda vibes. Like they had like it just had its own flair of puzzles that would come with everything, right? And I know the term for it now, but the Metroidvania, aspect of that, back and forth, and I loved the way that they worked that into the 3D like.
I didn't know that the 3D ones had that, but I guess that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the map. I mean, one of the craziest things I remember playing through Metroid Prime as a kid was like the map. It gives you a 3D map, and it's actually done pretty damn well. And so sometimes you'll find out a secret, and it'll pinpoint where something is on the map, but it's just a point floating in 3D space, and you're like, oh, I have no idea where that is. Like it's in that general direction, but like. I have no idea what doors and tunnels to go through to get there. And then you'll find like a map piece or, download. They had like map junctions or rooms, and you would like step in it and go through an animation. It was like with lasers and shit, and you would download the map for the area. It was sick as fuck.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. The game's cool. We'll see what this has to offer. I'm hoping for a 3D title, knowing the DS's capabilities.
It is. All Prime titles are 3D. And this one is a first-person shooter.
Oh, yeah, though. That makes sense. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm super stoked then. I'm interested to see what the controls look like.
I have to imagine it's going to be touchscreen with
trigger. I hope so.
Yeah.
I would expect as much. I got to get that claw style out. That's the only thing I hate. I'm thinking of trying to 3D print something or something.
Some kind of like a holding.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just... play it on my computer with an Xbox controller. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. I think it's going to be a nice change of pace going back into a first-person shooter. It feels like it wasn't that long ago, but now that I think about it, it's been a minute since we played Dementium too.
Yeah, that was one of our early titles. Yes.
Yes.
Quite. But that one was really good. Yeah, honestly.
And so with it being Nintendo, we've got high hopes.
Yeah, and coming from honestly, I didn't know there was a DS Prime title, so I'm excited about that. But so I thought I had played through all the Prime titles.
Oh, this would be a fun little add.
So yeah, my expectations are a little high.
Yeah.
So I'm coming into this guarded. So we'll see. Yeah. But no, I do have high hopes for it. Ought to be pretty good, I hope.
Hell yeah. Well, I think that kind of covers it. It was a short one this week, but to be honest with you, I think we covered it the best that we could. And I don't think anyone out there is going to disagree with us on, I don't think this is anyone's favorite game.
No, and if it is, I'm really sorry because I feel like there's a lot of you're missing out on life, my friend. You need to turn around.
And I would be curious to hear why it's your favorite game.
I would love to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
That would make for an interesting interview if you'd be up for it.
Yeah. Let us know.
We'll be respectful.
As respectful as we can be.
We'll make jokes, but like we won't be. It comes from a place of love.
Absolutely.
This is a safe space.
It's all love all the time,
for
baby.
most people.
Except for fighting games.
No, again, this is a welcoming place for you, Fletcher. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Jesus Christ. Get it through that thick skull of yours. I don't know. I don't know a lot about fighting game physiology, so I don't know if that carries over.
Like headstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. We're not getting back into this fucking thing. We're not doing this. Have a great week, everybody.
Oh, fuck. Take
see
care.
See you in a fortnight.
Yes. Is that the same as 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Oh, hell yeah.